Once again, this is Melvin Williams from M&N Communications. Today's date is October 7th. The time is 3:19. Thank you very much for joining us. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be specifically talking about after reviewing quarter three goals. What technology barriers are preventing you from reaching your goals? We're going to talk about a fictitious company that sat down and wrote down some of their goals, some of the things that they were experiencing when they thought about writing out what they were going to go ahead and do to get them through quarter four. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it because here at M&N Communications, we truly believe that managing technology in a robust and ever-changing market has become essential for running a modern organization. Acquiring IT solutions that can prevent, detect, and minimize threats to resource availability, data integrity, and financial stability have created enormous challenges for the small business owner. With the end of the year in mind and it coming super fast, I wanted to look at some of the issues that are preventing our goals for 2017. And we're going to take it from a standpoint of a fictitious company answering these questions. So here's their response to what they were experiencing or some of the things that they had to think about when they were answering what happened throughout the first three quarters, why they were behind on their goals, and what they need to do moving forward so that they can stay on pace and that they can start off 2018 strong, fast, agile, and moving in operational excellence. So when they set out to answer the question, they said that compliance and security was at the front of the equation. Even before they looked at their old service, the maintenance and the repair on their on-premise PBX phone system, they had to contemplate how they were going to protect their employees' data, their outdated Exchange server, the limitations of it, coupled with the mobilization of their employee workforce. It was creating some enormous unforeseeable legal concerns for their organization. Email encryptions, discovery-proof emails that were archived and that could be proven to show that they had never been tampered with were at the top of the list. But oh wait, what about their data center? What about their data center budget concerns? The data within the company seems to be outgrowing the infrastructure. What about those lost emails to the salespeople because they're on an old Exchange server, one that's outdated, one that does not support the modern employee workforce, one does not support organization where 95% of consumer communication is being done via email? They thought about all of these different things. They looked at the old servers, they looked at the phone PBX system, they looked at the electric, they looked at the data center costs, they looked at the call center productivity, they looked at those lost emails, they looked at employee limitations because of a lack of a modern office. They even went as deep to look at the business impact of the applications that they were running. What applications? How were those applications choking the bandwidth, the internet, the lifeblood of the business? How were those applications choking it? They thought about using the latest and the greatest applications. They wanted to know how would their legacy applications integrate with a new upgrade of hardware. They thought about Windows 10. They thought about the security budget, the data protection. How are they going to protect that data? Those email servers, those file servers, the fax server, the storage SQL server, the bandwidth connection, and most importantly, they even thought about how they was going to protect all of this important information. What remediation solution were they going to use? If something should happen, some type of natural disaster, what type of plan did they have in place? And they really sat down and thought about the business impact of all this in their business. They thought about having that old server and how management kept pushing off and telling the IT department to work with what they had. They thought about the financial impact of the 3 ransomware attacks that their business suffered, even though they were small and they were able to contain it, but the data on the chief financial officer computer for the full year was almost lost. They thought about a capital investment versus an operational investment. They thought about getting those new equipment into the office. How much would it cost us? Because at the current rate that they were going, we were not being successful. This fictitious company could not support its mobile workforce, a bring your own device department, a bring your own bandwidth. They didn't have end-to-end protection. They didn't have end-to-end file sharing. So when they dug a deep dive, when they really looked deep at what was going on and why they weren't reaching their quarter 3 goals and what technology barriers, it seemed that they had an issue with their hardware, they had an issue with their infrastructure, they had an issue with their network connectivity, they had an issue with their bandwidth, their switches. They wanted to know how they could track all of their employees' bandwidth, who was using the company's data. Where they go on to go out and try this new feature called SD-WAN. They were conscious of those business disruptions, those 3 business disruptions that they had during the year, totaling 15 days of work where employees couldn't make it into the office. They were conscious on what that did to the prior 3 quarters and how it prevented them from reaching their goals. So for the most part, today's topic is really about shoring those things up. If you're unsure why you haven't met your goals, I think that you want to start looking at what technology solutions that you're using. How could we have prevented those ransomware attacks? Was it the fact that we were using unlicensed Microsoft software? Was it the fact that our servers are old and it didn't have the latest and greatest security package with the patches that are able to protect those vulnerabilities in our current software? Was it the fact that we had no remediation solution in place, and when ransomware struck, all of our data, all of our files were lost, we were never able to get them back? We tried it with Bitcoin. We tried to pay those ransomees, but they still never gave us our products or services, our intellectual property. We took a deep dive in the lost revenue, the lost market share that we experienced in these first 3 quarters because of technology. So for this fictitious company, those technology barriers, not having an up-to-date infrastructure, not having up-to-date hardware, not having an up-to-date exchange server that allows their employees to communicate with the customers at a state-of-the-art time, not having a unified communication system, not being able to connect all of their offices. So some of the things that you really need to understand when thinking about what's going to happen going forward. So for quarter 4 and how we can start off 2018 strong is, do we have a cloud-based strategy for backup? And if not, are we open to talking to a consultant about that? When was the last time we upgraded our exchange infrastructure? How is the performance of our applications hurting our employee productivity? What can a unified communication system do to employee morale? So we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to just specifically say that everything that M&N Communications does is about preventing those business disruptions, end-to-end protection. We have over 140 different vendors that we communicate with, that we talk with, that we work with. Our vendor relationship is second to none. If there is a product or if there is a service that you need to help your business within quarter 4 or going forward to reach those future goals, we can help you get there. You know, we have state-of-the-art infrastructure. And I truly believe that through service to others, by digging deep and asking those questions, finding out what are some of the things that are preventing you from your goals. And that's why this video is really a fictitious video, and it's really talking about the digital transformation or how or what a business has to do moving forward. Because a business that has been experiencing the issues of the one that we're talking about, they're not going to meet their goals. They haven't met their quarter goals. So we'll just wrap this up by saying that it is through helping others that we truly believe that we can get what we want. We guarantee you at M&N Communication, there is no technology solution out there that your business does not have, that your business wants, that you're looking to acquire, that we can't find, that we don't have a vendor relationship with a company that provides that intellectual property or anything along those lines. We guarantee that. That is our pitch. We guarantee that we will find you the most price point technology solution to meet your business needs.